What you are about to see is a discussion video based on the information and knowledge of the current reaction done by ArchitectCobra. Theories and ideas said in this video may be 100% wrong and may be guesses. For those of you who are lore Lances and wish to ruin the show for ArchitectCobra for giving him information that you would only get from future episodes that he has not gotten to yet, then I suggest you turn this video off now. This is not the video for you. Welcome back, everybody, to episode 2 of Fairy Tale Discussions, where we talk about stuff and such things that nature. Today's topic is the GMG arc, episode 151 to 154, that I reacted to yesterday, Friday. So yeah, today we have Obey, Natsu, Justin, soon to be Richard, and hopefully soon to be Relulululu if they show up. So yeah, welcome, guys.
Hello.
Hello.
Hey.
So, like we were just talking about just a little bit in the bit before we started recording, the first episode, or 151, had the bit where the Story Skies arc and this arc kind of, comments to each other. Like we had the church guys or whatever. I can't remember their team name.
Legion Platoon.
Legion Platoon, right? So they kind of showed up at the guild hall and was like kind of talking with them for most of the episode. But the big thing is, I actually know what GMG stands for now. It's the Grand Magic Games, and it seems like a very, very cool concept. We don't know much about it yet, other than guilds participate, and then whoever wins the games or whatever gets to be titled like greatest guild or best guild or something like that.
Yeah, best guild in Fiore.
Best guild in Fiore. There we go. So yeah, it should be interesting to see what comes of that. I know a lot of shows like Ruby, for example, who had an entire series, or an entire volume, I should say, for their tournament style kind of thing. So it's I know a couple other animes also do tournament styles too. So it'll be interesting what the Fairy Tales games consist of and what their rules are and everything, and how it plays out. Because I know with Ruby, it's it's an entirely new concept of a tournament style. So it'll be cool. A lot to speculate and theorize about, or in my case, anyways. I know you guys already know about it, but
Yep.
yeah. So what else really big happened? Oh yeah, Jalal showing up. That was awesome.
There's also Sting and Rogue.
Sting and Rogue too. Yeah, at the very start.
What about? Oops.
Huh?
I was just gonna say, actually, at the end of 151, because we skipped one pretty intriguing thing, and 151, the ending when Makarov brought guild arts down underneath
Yeah.
the guild.
Yeah.
Lumen Historic.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, yeah, I knew it. Yeah, it was. Yeah.
It's like Fairy Tale's secret thing or whatever.
Darkest secret is what they called it.
Right.
But we don't get to know what it is, so that's very kind of them to, in a sense, say, hey, this cool secret? Yeah, we're not telling you what it is, though.
And I loved how Guild Art.
No.
I loved how Guild Arts was just like, screw being Guildmaster, and just took off after that. And he said he's not going to tell anybody about what's down there, which is interesting. That'll be really interesting to know what that is. That Makarov showed him.
Well,
if we get to see it or not, or whatever.
We won't
I would
tell
like to. Oh no, go ahead.
This is gonna be fun. I can already tell. We won't tell you what's down there, but I won't tell you what's down there. But by the way, just P.S. I reinstated Loxus in Fairy Tale. See ya, man.
Yeah.
Pretty much. Yeah.
So what I was gonna say was I believe they mentioned this when about why Laxus's father left. I think that's when they were mentioning Lumen Historic.
Like
Not in name,
during the
but they
flashback
said,
stuff.
Information.
No, they didn't
Because
actually.
he was like, "Why did you kick out my father?" And he's like, "They didn't mention it. They said something information."
They said vital
I think that's
information
what it was
that is detrimental to Fairy Tale. And I guess you could kind of tie it together as a theory that could be what it was, because it's detrimental. If it's the darkest secret, I guess that could be.
Sure.
Yeah. And wasn't wasn't Mest thinking the same thing? Like trying, or no, he was trying to dig up information.
He's trying to dig up dirt.
Yeah, trying to dig up like information on Fairy Tail to kind of like put them away.
Destroy it.
Yeah. So, I guess Mest never knew about this secret. he was trying to think up get other secrets or whatever. So, no, he said something like somebody. Oh, the Mavis's grave was on the site, but like the way he described it, it sounded like he was looking for like the secret of Mavis's like grave. Or I don't know. I don't remember how he put it, but it sounded like he knew something was on the island that he wanted to find.
He probably thought this. Because Fairy Tail calls it their sacred ground. He's probably assumed something really big was there that he could probably use against them.
But yeah, it's cool to see Mest back like in the show. He's up there on my favorite characters. Mostly because he's like when we first saw him, he was like supposed to be Mystigan's like pupil or like student, and then later found out to be he's part of the Mounted Council. Yeah, so just that like first introduction made me like him because I love Mystigan like so much. So like having people like associated with him is like a cool thing. But yeah, so he's sort of out and about helping the council still, or he's I guess maybe he's re-enlisted.
He's Starbolt now. He's not Mest anymore.
Right. I'm gonna keep calling him Mest though, because in my eyes he is still Mest.
Yeah, I know. I was just making a joke.
Yeah. But yeah, it's cool to see him back. And I can't wait to see what else he does because he's because like there's not much for him to do now because they captured the Neo Ratchet in the States that was like taking all the celestial spirits, everything with that, and they kept teleporting around trying to help and everything. So I don't know what he could do now to in the world, but he's helping the general dude or whatever the leader of the of the
what's his name? Oh,
I can't remember. The leader of the task force.
The guy with the glasses?
Yeah.
The guy with the glasses? Oh, Lahara.
Lahar.
That's right, Lahar.
Yeah,
right.
yeah. So I don't know what they're gonna do now, but whenever we see Lahar, we'll probably see Mast in the background or helping him out, something like that. So it'll be interesting to see from that.
Yeah. By the way, a key thing I want to touch on. Well, no, it's key to me because it was amazing. Is Happy Savagery.
Yeah.
At the end of episode 154. He is a monster. That was
that face when he showed Urza that thing he drew. He's like he just put his hand over his mouth and he's like giggling and stuff.
It's a broken heart. That's what it was. That's why it was savage because even though she knew Jalal was lying, it was still like I'm sure it hurt just the same a little bit. Because. I mean, getting rejected right then and there, kind of in a sense. It's like that he draw a broken heart. I was kind of happy savage
with Jalal and I can't remember their guild name too. Damn it!
Crime Sorcerer.
Yeah.
Or Witch's Crime, whatever they want to call it.
Yeah. So yeah, it's cool to see that they are there. That was a cool concept for them to do because they're all like, in a sense. Criminals.
They've all had a dark past. They're kind of internally connected in a sense because like I said, Jalal was used by Old Tier, and Old Tier was kind of used. Well, she wasn't really used. She was just kind of
misguided.
Misguided.
And then she saw the wrong parts of what she wanted to see.
Yeah, and then Melody was also she wasn't really used. She misguided by following Old Tier, who she assumed was her savior, when really the whole situation that she was in was because of Old Tier.
Yeah.
So they all got together, and now three people who met by very unfortunate circumstances are now working together to make the world a better place.
Yeah, exactly. So it's cool to see them kind of not a guild, but a guild, not officially recognized.
A
by
guild
the
under the
Magic
radar
Council.
that could break the rules.
Right. That's not bound by any treaty. Like that's a cool concept. And seeing Ultir like unlock like hidden power within.
That looked painful.
That looked very painful. Like, good lord, the sounds that that Natsu was like undergoing. It's like his bones were like doing stuff. Like I don't know.
I personally thought he was about to transform. Now, when I first saw it, I'm like, dude, this guy's in so much pain. He should get like some powerful transformation or something. This looks painful as hell.
Yeah, it sounded like his body was undergoing like a blender, like on the inside. This is like,
Yeah,
like all of his
blender.
body was like a blender. Yeah. But yeah, so it's interesting how they described the concept of unlocking like what they call the second origin.
Yeah,
right?
it's second origin.
Second origin. It's like a hidden reservoir of power built into like made in or whatever in everybody. So it's like, in a sense, it's they explain it better. It's like it's like
it's
it's
like a hidden power that they're developing.
Well, they like think of like a bottle or something, and if that bottle runs out, then you're out of magic. But there's a second bottle, like with it, that is like a secret, hidden reservoir of power, another bottle of power. So it's interesting how they explain that. I love the art of that and everything, and I can't wait to see what they do with that power.
During the scene when with Natsu with the runes, that's what they're called, the runes on his hands and like his body. I actually, when I first saw that in the anime during the Japanese releases, I actually thought those were going to be permanent because they looked cool.
They did look pretty cool, yeah. But again, like he's wreathing in pain and like just like horrible sounds are coming from his body. So,
well, you would think
Meridy's a troll now.
I'm trying to. Oh right, yeah.
And then then we saw like near the end of 154, we saw the rest of them undergoing the same process, like in the building.
Yeah, but wasn't Wendy in there with them doing it? Because
all of them, yeah. I believe
she's so young to have to go through that pain. That looks like such painful
the only one
things.
that wasn't having that effect was Urza. She was walking it off like nothing.
she's S class. What does she care? I
Yeah.
mean, she can take it. She takes a beating all the time. But the power Obey's gone for some reason. By the way, I don't know why I just pointed that out.
Interesting.
Anyway.
Continue.
Also, what was it? I did want to touch on something else that we actually haven't mentioned anything about in this discussion yet. It's the only episode we haven't talked about, and that's the trolling Virgo.
Right. Yeah.
And Natsu being really sad and upset when he ate their kind, and then when Gray actually ate it, he's like, "I can't believe you ate it."
That was like my favorite moment, like Natsu's face when Gray's like saying I'm full, thanks for the grub or whatever, and then Natsu's just sitting there like wide-eyed at him, going like, "How could you do that?" That was so funny.
You ate the food. How could you?
Oh my god, there's a lot of really funny moments in the show that I pick up on. Like we talked about it a little bit before, but last arc when shoot.
Which one? There was a couple.
The main one. The main one.
You mean the one at the end of the arc?
No. The main.
Or do you mean the one with
Elfman?
Elfman.
Elfman.
Nah, I noticed it too.
Yeah.
His face.
That it's like just a small little moment in the show, but I picked up on it and it stuck with me. Like it was really, really funny. When
Lisana was saying that she feels outcast or something.
Yeah.
Elfman's like, yeah, I noticed it too.
Yeah, he's like so like nonchalant. His face like turns like he's like being a dick to her or whatever. Like being an older brother, being an older brother.
Yeah, and actually, I still think one of my favorite moments. I just have to say this again because we were talking about the funny moments. At the end of the last arc, when the spirit from the book appears out of nowhere and says, "Now you will sleep for all eternity."
Yeah.
And then throws the clock hand. That was amazing. That was pretty funny.
Yeah, there's a lot of really funny moments that pop up in the show that stick with you. And yeah, that part with Natsu would definitely stick with me for a little bit. It was really, really funny. Actually, that and the moment he realizes he's eating like lamb and crab, like
he just drops it
when Ares and Cancer come up to talk to him. It's really, really funny. But yeah, so that whole concept was really blah, 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 I can't even talk. It was really like when not damn it when Virgo first appeared on the beach, and she said that the celestial world or whatever is like under chaos, or what I can't remember how
On the
she
brink
put
of
it.
destruction.
The brink of destruction. There you go. Like I full on thought something bad was happening. Like this was the arc. Like to start like the I don't know actually. Did I? No, because when I first saw that, I had the thought of like. They talked about going to the Grand Magic Games, and then all of a sudden the celestial world is under attack, and they can't possibly do both in one one arc.
That's
but
where the time thing came in.
yeah, so it's cool after the fact that this was just like kind of like a one-off episode. The 152 I think was the whole episode, or possibly part of the episode, anyways. Most of the episode, but yeah. So it was weird for me to see that, and I was like genuinely worried about like what was going to take place next. Like if they're going to like skip the Grand Magic Games, or they're going to go to it like after the fact or something like that. Because this is a big arc. They could have had like two arcs here, in a sense. But yeah, it did make sense that it was just like a flub kind of thing to get them to the celestial world. But yeah, it was a cool episode. I liked it.
Yeah, but what was kind of a one second, my background. You guys go ahead. I'll have to cut back in a second. Background.
But yeah, seeing all the other spirits and stuff was kind of cool, and their world is incredible. Their like
Millions
plane of
blues.
existence. Yeah, all the blues and stuff are cool. Seeing how they are silver keys, I can understand them being a lot of them. But yeah, seeing all the planets in the sky and all the stars and bubbles and all that like celestial stuff like just out floating around. It was pretty cool to see. I'm gonna go D&D because I just had a message.
Okay, and by the way, I'm Claire now. What I was gonna say. Oh no, I better not lost. Okay, I remember. The whole thing when she, did that to get them there, and like how they're like, I thought you said it was in brink of destruction, and the way that she said she lied was like so casual. It's like oh, I lied, no big deal, lied. It seemed a little too casual for such a serious lie.
Phew, I made it.
Hello, welcome.
Welcome.
Hello.
Okay, so now I gotta change or fix the overlay. Because now there's more people on the call.
Technical difficulties.
So we are currently recording relays, so just keep that in mind.
Oh, that's okay. I just made it.
Okay. Everything's fixed. Don't worry.
So we learned in this, what we've learned so far about the Sabertooth Guild is the two members so far, Sting and Rogue, who are Dragon Slayers.
Right. Yeah. And there's three more that are potentially above or below their power.
Since I hadn't seen that episode in such a long time, I just realized that the animators actually tried to hide how their attacks look like.
Their attacks, or because I know they hid their emblems until the end. You didn't know who they were until the very end when they they revealed their shoulder emblems with the Sabertooth tattoo on them.
No, what I'm saying is they hid how their actual attacks look like.
Oh yeah.
Interesting. Yeah, one thing I'm still theorizing is what Sting's like element is, because they said white dragon, so I have no idea what that means. Like, is it like windy where he controls wind? I have no idea, and of course you guys know, so but yeah, so it's I know shadow, like I immediately know what he's about, but white is so vague, like it means so many things, so I don't know. We'll have to wait until we see him more to understand what his full power is, or what his element is, or whatever. but it's cool to see more Dragon Slayers in the show. And I'm still wondering if they're still first gen or second gen Dragon Slayers, if they are true Dragon Slayers or if they're Dragon Slayers that have, or they were once human, born human, but they got the lacrimas put in them like Loxus and Cobra. So we'll have to wait to see that as well. But yeah, they seem like pretty cool characters. I love Michael's rendition, or not rendition, but his voice in the show. It's very different from everything he does. In Achievement Hunter, he's always like loud and angry and everything. In Ruby, he's all a little bit shy, I guess is a correct term to use.
In my opinion, he seems goofy in Ruby, except for like during the serious moments or the
when he's talking to Blake is when he gets kind of shy.
Yeah,
that's just because
he's more. I feel like he's more serious in this one.
Yeah, definitely more serious in this one. But yeah, it's cool to see the different ranges of acting he has, and it actually like brings out like pretty cool ideas of what like other shows he could jump into and still have like a whole different act or whatever, different acting voice or whatever.
From your reaction video about the episodes that we're talking about, I actually did not know Barbara was in this show.
Yeah, a couple people on the Ruby forums, a thing popped up a little while ago, a couple months ago, or whatever. Or it must have been like way earlier than that or whatever. I don't know. I remember seeing in the Ruby forums sometime either this year, last year, I don't know, that Michael and Michael and Barbara were both in Fairy Tail, and that kind of stuck with me. So now that we finally get into Michael, I'm assuming that Barbara's up next sometime. So I can't wait to see where she pops up in.
Well, I saw the English dub of like the Grand Magic Games, the whole thing, and I don't know where Barbara is.
I'm sure if she's in it. I'm sure if you like Google her name in Fairy Tail, like or Barbara Buckham in Fairy Tail, it'll come up with what her character is. I'm sure.
And I even told Cobra, you won't recognize. You will. It's completely different. I was somehow it was a different persona completely.
Yeah, so it's gonna be interesting to try to figure that out.
I think I know who she plays, but I didn't like when I watched the episode. I didn't recognize the voice. I was like, are they sure they're the right person?
But yeah, so going back to the Grand Magic Games, like the tournament. Like I said, I can go on for like a while trying to theorize like the rules of the tournament and what it can consist of. But like again, I have nothing basing off of it. It's all guessing work.
What about you can theorize of where the arc could possibly go? I mean, there's the tournaments. There's going to be a lot of guilds, so there's going to be fighting, maybe,
right,
and some other stuff.
Yeah, but it is also 53 episodes, so I could definitely see the tournament taking at least all of that. I'm sure there's going to be something here and there. There's
also the side thing that Joel said, that they have felt magic that feels like Surf.
That is true.
That Fairy Tail has to investigate, so there's also that they have to look out for.
Yeah, so that would make sense that would probably take up most of the arc as well, too, so... I don't know. We'll have to wait and find out.
There wasn't actually a lot of information in these 4 episodes.
Yeah, not really much. Not really much at all. I mean, we learned a little bit about Sabretooth, but yeah.
What I found interesting when I first originally saw these episodes, not this time obviously, when I originally saw them, when Natsu fought Max, I knew 7 years, obviously they fell behind, but still, Max, who was like fodder in the first part of the series, was like kind of holding his own against like one of the most explosive powers in the guild.
Yeah.
Literally explosive.
That was the coolest moment where he unlocks his lightning dragon mode or whatever. That's the.
I was like, when'd you learn how to do that? Oh, I just did
now.
it.
Just now.
Just now.
The lightning flame dragon.
Yeah, but I think he said lightning flame dragon mode, and then he says lightning flame dragon roar or something like that afterwards. I know he said it twice.
Yeah, it's a mode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's that got me thinking about how he's able to do that, because like last time he used or he sucked up power was the flame god, the divine god slayer. So I'm wondering if he has that power unlocked too. But at the same time, I don't know, because my theory on that is the reason why Loxus's power stuck with him so much was because Loxus uses a different form of Dragon Slayer magic that's like the Lacrima power, right? Like built into him. So Loxus gave up all that Lacrima power to put into Natsu when he gave him the power. So Natsu still has like a reservoir or whatever, like I was saying earlier, like a bottle of power left over from Loxus. So I wonder how much of the lightning he still has left, or is it just like permanently in him and you can constantly use it every once in a while?
It could be like what he did in Zancro, which he basically created a new container for it.
Yeah.
Because remember, he's taken lightning before and it got him sick, and then he did it again in the Tenero Island.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see. But again, like the divine God Slayer magic, like he is legitly sacrificed all of his magic to put that magic inside of him. So it makes you think if he has a little bottle of that left in him too.
Well, he had to empty it completely because his God Slayer magic is completely different.
Right, they don't mend well.
Yeah, because they're like rejecting each other. Like Natsu couldn't eat his fire; it's like rejecting him, so he had to force it in.
So it'll be interesting to see how powerful Natsu is now that he has his second origin unlocked with the lightning now, and potentially maybe the divine god. Who knows? But if he had all three, fire, divine god, and lightning, and then do a roar with it, like he would devastate an entire mountain in one blast or something like that.
That'd be the longest name.
Watch out! Here comes the fire, divine, lightning, dragon.
Well, didn't they say divine flame, or crap? I can't remember what Natsu said when he used his fire plus divine flame.
He said dragon god,
dragon
brilliant
gods,
flame.
Something.
I remember he said dragon god at one point.
It was fire dragon god, brilliant flame.
Yeah. It was fire dragon.
It was a long name.
Yeah,
divine dragon lightning god something.
Yeah, I can definitely see them just like shortening it to like lightning dragon god or whatever mode, and then just doing a roar without him even saying anything, like just shortening it to like something.
The longest name, I think the longest move name is still Secret Dragon Slayer are Crimson Lotus,
Exploding Flame
Lightning, Flame Blade. Yeah, that's the longest one.
Also, there's like a sword horn one that he did too with Zero, but I don't think that was long enough. There's a couple like real long ones that he did. Because he's done like sword horn, which he defeated Zero with, where he made like a spear with his fire, and he went right through like all the different levels going up to hit that like lacrima and the leg.
That was like, is it? You know what? That just reminded me of something. This is kind of. Remember how we were making the comparisons last arc to the arc, but that was earlier in the series, the Nirvana and the Starry Skies arc.
Yeah.
Remember how we said that it was funny when Gildarts punched the guy so high up? I just have the same image in my mind of Natsu when he did a different move, but it still shot him up towards through the different levels, or was it down towards different levels? I don't remember.
Well, he did the sword horn to bring Zero up, but the levels. So that wasn't really a punch, but yeah. That was like his entire body turning into a spear.
I know I didn't say it was a punch though. I had said it was.
the similarities between the punch Gildarts did in that arc in Tenero Island, he does the exact same thing to Blue Note.
He
So
did.
Gildarts just punches things. That's his thing.
Yeah, that's an actual, like, he actually does the same thing in the Tenero Island arc.
Yeah. But yeah, so it'll be interesting to see what comes of his powers and stuff, and what kind of new abilities he skills, kind of things that he learned. Of course, they never got the chance to train like they were trying to do.
Well,
Friggin' Virgo had to come in and ruin 3 months. But yeah.
They got to eat their people. I mean, fine. And on the bright side, Old Tier made everything better.
Did.
She,
yeah.
I'm pretty sure that Second Origin's at least as valuable, if not more valuable than 7 years. 3 months. I was gonna say 7 years. I don't know about 7 years.
Here's the thing: they could have still trained for 3 months, and Jalal would have still showed up. Like, there was nothing saying that Jalal would not have shown up. Jalal never mentioned them going to the Celestial World, so he would have showed up either way.
Imagine how powerful they actually been.
3 months of training in Second Origin, that would just be hilarious.
That's what I was saying. Imagine how powerful they would be if they actually got the 3 months of training and the Second Origin.
Yeah.
Or plot twist. Imagine if the old thing that with the 7-year thing never happened, and they actually aged, got the Second Origin and the 3 months training.
Oh God.
Well, that escalated quickly.
If they never disappeared for 7 years, they would still be the #1 guild, and they beat in the tournament like now, kind of thing.
Wait. What about this?
Oh no!
Instead of them disappearing or being sealed away in the fairy sphere, they were teleported to the Celestial Spirit World for 7 years.
That would be like
they trained there.
God.
Okay, so if
there.
3 months is like a day,
no.
they would only be there for like.
No. But the time is slower there in the Celestial Spirit World.
Right.
Like, what if it was like that?
In other words, if they were in the Celestial Spirit World for 7 years, how many real days would go by, is what he's trying to say. And we already know that 3 months real world is 1 day Celestial Spirit World. So 7 years Celestial Spirit World, how many is that like going to be in the hundreds of years or something? I'm trying to figure that out.
Well, it's 84 months.
When they came back, they would be old as hell.
So they'd be there for 28 days. That's all they would be in there for.
No. If you're counting it like the 7 years from the real, I'm saying there's 7 years in the Celestial Spirit World.
But they'd be gone for like. They'd be gone
forever.
like hundreds of years in the future.
What if at the end of the Tenero Island arc, when it said 7 long years have passed, instead it says like 200 long years have passed?
7,000 years.
They just come out and say, "Hey, where's my food? Where's Guild Hall?
Where's everyone?" They meet the grandchildren.
Oh yeah, it's like, "Hey, where's Makarov?" I mean, no, not Makarov. Makao. He's been dead for like 100 years.
This is his great grandson.
Damn.
The 30th master of fairy tale.
Oh, gosh.
70,000 years by it probably would be.
That would have been the perfect time. 2,000 years later.
2,000.
And imagine. Yeah. Oh my God! I can't even top that. That's insane. I can't do it.
But yeah, so I can't wait to see what's going to come up in the Grand Magic Games, and hopefully we get to see new guilds and everything. And they hinted, or no, they didn't hint. We saw, what's Leon's guild again?
Lamia Scale.
Lamia Scale. We saw their guild master. So.
Boba.
Yeah. And then we saw Master Bob again. And
I don't know how I feel about Master Bob.
I like Master Bob. He's cool.
Master Bob gives me shudder.
He's just really odd to me.
I like him because he's very like wacky, But like when something serious happens, he's like dead serious, like 100%. Like I am going to strangle you, serious. Like the way Loki's previous master or key holder, whatever, I can't remember her name either. When she was talking about Ares and how like they're things, like not people. Master Bob went hardcore serious on her. Like his face just went like dark and like just staring straight out.
Celestial spirits are living creatures. They're not your tools.
So when he wants to be serious, he can be serious, and I like that about him. But yeah, he can phase through objects too. We saw that in the same episode.
I don't know if he was yelling at me. I don't know if I'd be able to take it. I mean, I'd be annoyed at the yelling and probably be like jump scared from the yell, not from him himself. And then I'd be looking at him and be like, I personally wouldn't be able to take anyone yelling at me seriously while looking like that. I don't think I could.
He is like in his boxers or something.
Yeah. It seems like all the guild leaders are like wacky or like they have their own kooky like traits or whatever. Like Master Bob, he's got like that weird kind of sense to him, and then the Lamia Scales Master does this like she kept doing the thing with her arm where she kept spinning her finger or whatever, and then like Makarov is pretty much like
a badass,
a bit of a pervert in a way. Like that's his trait, right? Like
pervert, he is.
He's the pervert.
He's always talking about like in Tenro Island, like he mentioned like when we get back to the guild hall, mandatory outfits for the females will be like mandatory.
Yeah. Swimming suits and
yeah.
Maid,
wait, are you trying to talk about Makarov? I had to.
Yeah.
Makarov's like kind of pervert traits that he has.
Wasn't there an earlier? It's way back near the beginning of the series. It was back when it kind of gave me the idea that he was kind of perverted. It was back when
he had it was there was in the meeting that they had, all the guild masters met.
Didn't Mary Jane like call or something?
Yeah,
and he said something about his magazine.
He's like, take a look, boys. This is my newest or something like that. Yeah. And then in the changeling episode, he also changed his body with Mira there, and he's like all happy about it and everything. So yeah. So all the masters have like their kooky traits and everything. So I can't wait to see other guild masters in the games if they appear.
Serious question.
Okay.
Now a serious question. What is your theory about the pumpkin guy?
I don't know. I have no idea. And I
can't wait to see.
Dark Wolf was talking about how a bunch of people in the comments of the video kept saying they loved that like message that he sent me on the video. It says there's gonna be a pumpkin guy. You just ignore it and move on, or just accept it and move on, or whatever that whatever you phrased it. And yeah, people liked that a lot. But yeah, I have no idea. He's a pumpkin guy. He showed up with the cats, which makes me wonder if he's a cat himself. Because like we saw Happy and Carla, and then like after the commercial break, we saw the other two cats that were introduced, Sting and Rogue's cats. So it makes me wonder if the pumpkin guy is a cat underneath the pumpkin or whatever. I don't know.
Sure.
Who knows?
By the way, I just want to point something out about Fairy Tail. It's kind of interesting. It's always made itself known. Except for Gagio being the only one that didn't at first, but even if you didn't know if their magic was dragon slaying, all you had to do was look for their cat. If they had a cat, they are a dragon slayer.
Yeah.
Well, that's not really true because you got to think about the Legion Platoon.
I mean, wait, what? Legion
Platoon has a cat, and they don't have a dragon slayer.
That's true. Okay, well, that also was considered, as I said, filler arc per se. So I mean,
well,
also,
the cat didn't have a person with them. If the cat is
I would love to.
It's not a dragon slayer.
I would love to see a cat that had dragon slayer magic.
Oh, dude, that'd make cats useful. That'd make cats useful.
That would make them super useful.
I'm not a big fan of the cats personally. Every time,
I'm not a big
every
fan.
time I try to recommend this anime,
I'm a fan of the children that came to Earthland, but I'm not a fan of the other cats, the race cats or whatever.
Well,
We all know-
Happy's actually pretty damn useful with his air magic. Well, the cats are.
Okay,
Yeah, he's like
okay,
his hypersonic speed thing that he took Natsu on to catch up to Aragorn. Like he's like went supersonic to get Natsu to where he went. Yeah.
Like I said, I didn't mean 100% not useful. I said, okay, one thing I'll give.
Take full offense.
Well, the thing about Happy is the things that I personally don't. When I get impressed with him, it's usually not by his flying magic with the speed. It's usually how the most, one that makes the most like stepping on Natsu during that filler arc. I don't know why, but they gave Happy some badass lecture. Like they let him tell the guild, like, how do you do it, Natsu? You're a true fairy tale member. And fairy tale never gives up.
Yeah.
And it's all this stuff. It's like the most legit pep talk I've ever heard, and it's coming from a cat. In my opinion, I would feel really degraded listening to it because it's like, how dare you lecture me, cat? I am your owner.
God.
The cat says things better than we say things.
I know, right? No, that's the sad part. That's when you know a cat's. That's how you know the cats may not be the best at fighting, but they provide some, terms of use.
I mean,
Terms of use.
personally, I don't hate any character in Fairy Tail, really.
Ichiya.
And we all
I
know
really like
hate
Ichiya. He's freaking hilarious to me.
and we all know that Cobra's favorite cat is the Ichiya cat
God,
because
Oh, God.
we all know that we all know that we want to see Ichiya
We want it.
and the Ichiya cat get in a
break.
romantic relationship with Urza. We all know that's what we want.
God, that will be hell.
The Ichiya
Well.
For
greatness.
the hell.
That would
You know what,
be
Cobra? I'll make a
absolute.
fan fiction.
I
It's
just get up and
Just for
leave
you.
if those two. Oh my God! Wait, what if the cat race is in Earthland, right? So
Yep.
Ichiya and the Ichiya cat could potentially see each other, and if that moment happens, I'm just gonna give up. I'm gonna get up and leave. I don't see any possibility that is gonna go well. Like it's gonna suck so much if that happens. But whatever. But yeah, so I don't think there's anything else we can talk about in this arc too much. So I think this is a good way to good place to stop. Until next time.
Absolutely.
Monday we're going to be watching the next 3 episodes, and then from here on out it's going to be 3 episodes until the final 4 of this arc, which are going to be in one video as well. So look forward to that.
By the way,
Yeah.
y'all know the proper way to end this is with one more line. This fairy tale discussion was brought to you by Ichiya, the most dashing man in fairy tale. And we will see you next time.
God damn.
Is that a fairy tale?
Wait.
No, I meant in the
one more
show,
thing.
the anime.
Can I add one more thing?
Yeah.
To the people in the comments of this video, you will know why. That's all I'm going to say. They'll know why.
All right.
One like equals one each year.
Oh my god.
Yes. If you like
Please,
this video,
God, no.
Cobra will make Ichiya his favorite character and put him on his wall in his in
Nope.
his room.
Nope.
If
Cobra,
this gets a
Cobra.
million views, I'll make a fan fiction about Ichiya getting with Urza.
Jesus
Yes, do it.
Cobra,
So
how many
make an Ichiya necklace for us.
how many likes to get Ichiya on your wall?
I don't know. I need a fairy tale poster, but like I definitely not gonna have one of just Ichiya. Like imagine one of my background posters of like my big fairy tale size posters on my
Cobra,
Ruby posters
Cobra.
or whatever.
Cobra, let's
that'll
be fair.
suck.
You don't have to get one of just Ichiya. Get one of Ichiya in the Ichiya cat.
God no. Oh God. Yeah. Hopefully I'm far enough in the show where if I do get I'll have Darkwolf look into it. But hopefully I'm far enough in the show that I can have I have the possibility of buying all the posters in a sense. You know, I'll pick one, but at the possibility of buying all of them because there's not going to be any new characters to pop up on. Hopefully, but yeah, I'll have Dark Wolf look into it and give me a list of like posters to look at that are not spoilery. So yeah,
500 likes is 500 each, yes.
By the way, Cobra. On a positive note, man.
God. All right, we're ending this. We're ending this. Thank everybody for watching, and thanks to Obey, thanks to Natsu, thanks to Justin, thanks to Relulu, and sorry to Richard who couldn't join us for some reason. Something might have happened.
We still love you, Richard.
Yeah. So hopefully, hopefully Richard can join us next time and join the conversation. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next discussion. See ya.
Peace.